Hello everybody, всем привет. Today I want to work on the recruit dialog in the castle screen. And this is the tooltip here when you right click on it. And this is the dialog box that opens when you left click on it. And I also found the recruit hero bin. This is like the dialog box layout file, and I'm giving it my dialog binary format documentation and giving the AI some suggestions to use the layout values found in that file. If we open it here, let's see, can we find this quickly? We're gonna just quickly look and I'll show you what's inside this dialog box. So we're looking for recruit hero. This is the binary file. So a lot of this is by building icons located in various points. And then we have the town wind icon, and it's interesting, it says barbarian, small font. But basically, a lot of these town window icons, it has the recruit button, it has this frame. These are the essentially the buttons that you see, or not the buttons, the elements that you see here. This is also the 6th frame in resources. If we go into resources up here, we can see that, a resource, sorry. So that's the 6th frame there. And then there's a cancel button. And so if we go back to our hex editor here, we can see references to the system icon, which is probably the cancel. This is the resource icon, the text 2500. This is the town. These are the two town wind icons, which is probably recruit, the recruit button, and then also this. And I think previously when I was building out the creature recruitment dialogues, I commented that these I thought were unused, and then I forgot that they were used in the hero recruitment. So anyway, we found the sprites. We have a rough idea of the layout, and I give it a nice long prompt here. And was this the only prompt in there? Yes, it was. So I give it some suggestions about using this dialog box file that I gave it. I'm also giving it the specific discussion that the recruit buttons are this town wind, these two buttons here, and that the portrait frame is this 18 here. There's some logic behind the recruit hero screen. There's 36 heroes, 9 of each type. There's 4 players. Each player can have up to 8 heroes. At the beginning of the game, in the game initialization, we need to create a shuffled array of heroes, and the randomly generated hero for each player is selected from this array, and the 2 heroes available for recruitment are also to be selected from this array. So I basically had to come up with the logic for like how the hero selection works, how does all this happen, and so you're going to see me basically writing this out in text for the AI to build the logic. And so on the build screen, the hero can only be recruited if there's no hero present in the castle, and the hero controls less than 8 heroes. If the player controls 8 heroes, then the not available marker is placed on the recruit hero box, and the hover text displays in the info bar, cannot recruit, you already have 8 heroes. And I had to manually determine this by just recruiting a bunch of heroes in the game. If there's a hero in the castle, the not available marker is placed on the recruit hero box, and the hover text displays cannot recruit, you already have a hero in this town. If the player does not have enough gold, it requires 2,500 gold to recruit a hero, then the cannot afford marker is placed on the box, and the hover text displays cannot afford a hero. And yeah, I think that's what it says. I want to say it should be cannot afford to recruit a hero, but I think it's just cannot afford a hero. I think I double checked that. The player does not have a hero in the town and the player has 2,500 gold in their treasury and controls 7 or fewer heroes, then the hover text displays in the info bar, recruit a new hero. Whether or not the hero can recruit or cannot recruit, the heroes available for hire are visible by their portrait in the tooltip view, recruit tooltip. And so this is what you can see, even if you can't. Like in this case, I don't think I could afford to recruit the hero. Oh no, actually that's not, that's the maze. Never mind. But if that was showing, I would, or if I was not able to, I would still be able to see who was available potentially to recruit. And I don't know what that means. No buttons for as long as the, I think that's just a typo in the prompt. Anyway, the recruit hero menu item captures all clicks while it is open. Either a hero clicks recruit on a hero, 2,500 gold is deducted from the treasury, and that hero appears in the locator on the right and in the castle, or clicks cancel and the menu closes without recruiting a hero. Also, the hero screen can be summoned for the hero in the hero pool by clicking, either right clicking with the right mouse button or left clicking left mouse button. No hold down. And this hero screen image does not have a dismiss button. To populate the recruit hero menu, we need to select 2 heroes from the available hero pool. Each player will have a hero queue populated with the heroes in the hero pool. The hero queue is by default filled up with the first available hero of the faction of the starting castle. So if you're a warlock, the first hero is going to be a warlock, and then the second hero is going to be kind of whatever else is randomly available, which could be a warlock, it could be a knight, sorceress, barbarian, whatever. And so I explained that here. So we basically have we have the general hero queue of all the heroes randomly mixed up, and then we have your like castle specific hero queue that, so it's actually, we have like the hero pool is maybe the better way to describe it. The hero pool is all of the heroes in random order, and then the hero queue that's specific for your well, it'll be the same at all of your castles. That queue displays, at least initially, one of your faction and then one from the hero pool. So the first hero of your faction from the hero pool plus the next available hero in the hero pool. It sounds a little complicated. I had to like work this out. I had to test it a little bit with running the game a bit to see what happens. And the available hero pool should be shuffled each week. So only heroes that are not controlled by other players can be selected. If a hero is dismissed or defeated, they're placed at the end of the hero queue. And it should actually be the hero pool. The hero runs away or surrenders, they're placed at the beginning of the player-specific hero queue. A hero that runs away gets a new generic army generated for their class, but keeps their experience and artifacts and spellbook spells, if they have a spellbook, when they are placed in the player-specific hero queue. A hero that surrenders keeps their army, artifacts, experience, and spellbooks if they have a spellbook when they are placed in the player-specific hero queue. The heroes in the player-specific hero queues only remain there until a new week happens. So if this happens on day 7 and you can't afford to recruit them, you're out of luck. It will reset. I tested this with the game. So I had to specify what happens specifically at the new day situation. And then we basically refill that hero queue at the start of a new week. And then we shuffle the hero queue. So we just mix it up. And this is how, like, when your opponents, when they dismiss or they lose a battle and they have some hero with experience or with artifacts or a spell book or something, a week happens, and that's the time when you can maybe sneak in and recruit one of your opponent's former lead heroes that was temporarily unable to be recruited by them. So you can find good deals on heroes on day one, is what I'm saying. Um, the locator in render UI needs to display the updated hero array of controllable heroes and allow each hero to be selected and snap the view of the viewport onto the selected hero. And then if a hero is dismissed, we just get rid of them. And then I explain where it is on the hero screen. We play the kill fade sound effect, and that happens when the hero is dismissed. And then I restate everything here. And I restate everything here. And I say, we should probably have a hero data structure that tracks all the heroes in memory and then just assign to a player and assign the heroes to the general hero pool if they are not assigned to a player, or assign them to a player specific hero queue if they are generally available to all players to recruit. So it reads through, it says it doesn't have some of these other files that it needs, so I drop those in. Also needs some sound effects files, so I drop those because it, when you click on this, it's like, oh, it's finding sound effect playing code. Well, it's not going to find those because I didn't include the files. And so when I see that, the AI is either going to start spinning in circles or it's going to make something up that's not efficient. That's not a good use of tokens, and it's usually just going to be wrong. So I just pause when I see that, and I drop in the files and then restart. And then it reuses all the context previously, but at least it's not efficient use of tokens, but it at least brings you back on track. So it prevents you from burning tokens going forward with bad information. So, or just leaving the AI to its own devices, and it does kind of whatever. So anyway, it comes up with some proposals. We're going to create this hero pool, these hero pool files, and we're going to insert it. We're going to put it in map, which is where, like, map.h is actually where a lot of my game initialization is created. So it loads the map, and then it initializes a lot of the values. And I wonder, maybe I should break that out and have like a game initialization function, and I'm probably pretty close to doing that. But since a lot of it happens when you're reading the map file, it kind of just made sense to leave it in there for now. So right now I'm just initializing stuff in the map.cpp, map.h files. The castle screen needs to be updated, and replacing that recruit hero cell status logic with these cases of cannot build, cannot afford, and cannot build because you have an in-town hero, and cannot build because you have an 8 hero cap. And then the game main adds a bunch of stuff, wires the dismiss button to the hero screen. New day, we reshuffle the hero pool if it's inside the new week block. So on the specific case of new day, where it's a new week, that's where we reshuffle the heroes. And the render UI doesn't need any updates because rebuild locator lists, which like rebuilds the list of heroes that you have in the locator, that runs after recruit and dismiss automatically. So there's some queue logic here, and we run some of, actually we don't run any of this, so I just look at this, but I basically go over this hero pool integration, which is a lot of stuff, but there's there's like like 8 modifications to the game main, and I was able to make most of those, but one of them didn't make sense, where the right mouse button was. And then I said I skipped 4G because we can't actually dismiss a hero when they're in the castle. So but I said, can you help me just put this in? I gave it my current version of game main where I had integrated most of it, and said, just help me figure out where this right mouse button goes because I'm not seeing the right space and I'm probably going to mess it up. So it read it, made some updates, a few minor additions to the hero screen, basically rewrote my mouse logic. I gave it the hero screens and said, just make these changes for me. Very minor changes. It made those. And I'm still trying to get it to make the right mouse button changes. Okay, it does. I get the game main, and then I have this crazy huge, this is like a gigantic amount of errors, and it's probably due to circular logic when this happens. And this ate up a lot of tokens, let me tell you. This started to kill. This was, I should have just pasted a small amount of this. I didn't realize how big that was. So basically map.h is including hero pool, which then also includes, I think it includes map. So that it basically is just a circular reference, I believe. So it's like, well, you can do this, and usually whenever it encounters that, it comes up with some weird solution, and I usually push back whenever on the first pass whenever we're dealing with that, and I just give it the files and say, let's look at these specific ones. So we're moving heropool.h from map.h, and then we're adding the pool types, etc. That fixed a bunch of things. Basically, removing the heropool.h from the map helped, and then including map.h in hero pool. Yeah, like, so basically just undoing that circle that was created by including the hero pool in map.h. So once we did that, we got it almost compiling, and we're calling this init hero pool reshuffle pool, but we didn't include hero pool. Okay, so we forgot to include that. Great. Well, at this point, this was becoming very expensive to do these little rinky-dink fixes, and it was because of that giant error that I pasted in there. That was a very expensive in terms of token to paste that file. This isn't loading very fast, but so I started a new chat window, gave it the context again, gave it my previous prompt. I repasted the previous prompt, and I did get it to compile, by the way. So, and that's actually what this is up. Well, actually, let's see what this is up here. No, this is, yeah, this was my first attempt at compiling. And so we can recruit a new hero, or at least this this dialog box is sort of working, but nothing comes up. We don't get the dialog box. So this is like the most broken possible variant that like just sort of works. And that actually, I think, was my pre-recruit hero build. So the info box was working. And so now we're actually going to go, this is actually the correct build. So that was actually my before hero screen build. This is the actual attempt at the recruit hero build. So currently we can't recruit because we have a hero in the town. So let's leave town and go back. This is some weird screen. It's going to fall back. So it's not doing the dialog window. It is loading the resources 6 correctly. It's loading the recruit button down here where it should be cancel. And there's no heroes being loaded. These are just like placeholders. So that's kind of a disaster. But that's what we got basically from our first attempt. So The portraits for the game are not included properly. The layout didn't follow this. Recruit hero bin, the button isn't working, and the recruit hero dialog box is not catching the clicks. I can open the build dialog box for the structure behind it. So again, if we go in here and we load this, I can show you that bug. Actually, we can't click on the recruit box. We do this, I can open the build Adobe box. So it's not capturing the clicks correctly. That's what that means. So I wanted to try and parse this recruit hero bin file again correctly. The fallback portraits should be located in these portrait dot, 4 digits ICN for each hero. Their indexes are 0 to 35 because there's 36 heroes. Those portraits are in resources CPP. I'm giving it all this because I think it's just not reading this info, and I give it the dialog box to use that, and that's used in by build ICN frames. So the dialog box again is up here in by build, which is this. So these are the components. So I'm saying use these because it was just drawing like the fallback frames. So detects some of the layout context for the frames. Great. It fixes the border rendering. It fixes the cancel button, fixes portrait rendering, and fixes the click capture, supposedly. So maybe it needs to be inside the build screen logic. Let's look at why the recruit button is not showing up too. So why don't we look at what that broken build was? I have this build saved as the less broken recruit hero. So let's see. Let's move Ari out. And recruit hero is a little less broken. So now we are actually showing this build box. We see recruit hero text up here, but it's a little high. This offset, and then the text for cancel is also being printed over the button, which is weird. I can exit that by hitting the escape button, but the cancel button is not being caught. So again, show it the correct screens, and then this is the incorrect screen of what we're seeing. And I think I manually went in from that build and moved down recruit hero and removed the text of cancel that was overlaid. I didn't push up cancel on there, but I dropped in these files, and again, giving it my recruit dialog. Let me actually double check the if yeah. See, we're still capturing the clicks of the other build screen elements behind it. So that's why I included this, because I was saying, this hero recruit dialog is supposed to consume all events while it's open, and it does that, and then it clicks continue. This is like the standard format for capturing the clicks on these screens. And this continue means it goes on to the next events. If the dialog box is not open, then like if this recruit hero sys is not open, then you don't worry about it. So AI takes another shot. And let's see, what else did I suggest here? No, it's not show less, show more. So what I'm seeing is it is missing the recruit buttons, the title class of the hero, and the borders and the portraits. It seems like the fallback is being triggered because the hero pool is not being initialized correctly or is not returning a hero. So we're seeing a null value, which is why there's no portrait. And maybe that is also causing the recruit button for each hero in frame for each hero to not be displayed. I've uploaded the latest code for hero pool, which has a few minor improvements I made to remove the text over buttons and some of the layouts. So I did make some minor adjustments just quickly when I was looking through the code. I do actually look at the code sometimes rather than just feeding it directly back in. And yeah, it wasn't ever calling initialize the hero pool. So that's why. So there was no hero pool to pick heroes from. So it was just displaying empty hero placeholders. So it goes through, makes some changes, gives us this updated game main. And let's have a look at what that build did. So we're in here. We have Natasha the sorceress. We go in here. We recruit a hero. Let's recruit. What's her name? Let's recruit Kelzin. So you can see that Kelzin appears. We're recruiting him. He appears in the castle, but then we get this crazy error. This is very bad crash. So we'll just try and ignore it, and it just closes down. So I let the AI know that I've got this debug assertion error. It said something about vector subscript out of range. So I was thinking we probably have a data structure that it's trying to either access, maybe because we've only had one hero before this, maybe we need to expand or resize the number of heroes we can have. Maybe the hero pool is not removing the recruited hero correctly when the hero is recruited. Can we add a debug dump to the console to debug this, or to dump the hero queue and the player specific hero queue, the heroes available to recruit at each castle? And then let's take another look at the map CPPH to see if there's any locations where there could be a vector out of range. So we go through this, 3 parallel vectors not resized after the recruit. So hero moves, hero MP, and hero max MP. So basically it was the movement points were not being resized. Those need to be, those when they're when we initialize the game, those are initialized to heroes.size and game state.heroes.size. When you recruit hero from pool calls, this mplace, that's interesting. To create the new hero, those 3 vectors stay at their original size. So that's what was crashing game basically. So we fix that, add some debug dumps, and let's have a look at the next build. What did that look like? So we're in here. We're gonna recruit. We can't recruit because Yogg is in there. That's fine. So we recruited him. Something happened up here on the screen. You can see that's kind of cool. Now we can't recruit because we have a hero in town. So let's move. And okay, well this is cool. We can snap to different heroes and snap back to the castle. Well, let's go in the castle and we can actually recruit another hero. That's cool. We can get Natasha. But what's weird is we are not getting replacement heroes. That's cool. It's not catching the clicks from before or from behind from the build structure. So that's looking better. But we need to say, hey, let's have the sound be played when the hero is recruited, like when a structure is built. And then also the recruit hero dialog needs to be refreshed when the hero is recruited. Here's 2 images of the dialog box after the hero is recruited and after 1 hero and after 2 heroes are recruited. You can see they're missing the refreshed heroes, which should be refreshed with heroes from the hero pool, unless they are recruited away by the computer, which could happen. Does that make sense? This whole purpose of the hero pool is to refresh the hero queues with heroes after they get recruited. So it's missing the hero queue slot in your sort of player's local queue of which heroes can be recruited is not being refreshed. It's not getting backfilled from the general hero pool. So it just populates slots, just reads from the 0 and 1 slots, one of which is now -1 after you recruited the hero. So populate slots needs to be called again, basically when you just reopen that dialog. So we do this, and it started going down some path that I didn't like. So it would, after this, it was actually going to reopen the window, I think, or I forget what the exact term was. Stay open after recruit and refresh slots instead of closing. And I was like, no, actually, when you have a successful recruit, you close the recruit window, but in the background, you do need to refresh the heroes so that even if the newly recruited hero stays in the castle, you can click on the tooltip for recruit hero and see what 2 new heroes are in the local local player's hero queue, even though you would not be able to actually recruit them because the hero is still in town. So it's a very nuanced behavior, but it gave us something. And let's have a look at what this build is. So we're in here. We can see that we have Carlon and Lord Hart to be possibly recruited. So let's leave. Which guy is... let's see here. So let's recruit Carlon. And let's see. Okay, now we have... I forget who that is. Is that... maybe that's Antoine, maybe? No, that's not Antoine. Now also the clicking on these heroes and bringing up their hero screen is not actually working. That's something to note. Oh, that's Thundax. I forgot who that was. So we also have the most heroes, by the way, in the Thieves Guild. That's nice to see. So let's recruit Kelzen. So let's see what happens now if we recruit yet another one. We get Lord Hart. Now we can scale and we can click around on these various heroes. So we're able to continue to recruit heroes. Now I have a lot of gold, so I'm not worried about running out of gold here. Sabu. Got our Rathmont. And how many heroes do we have now? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we have 7 heroes so far. Let's recruit Joe Josh. And you already have 8 heroes now. So we're not able to recruit anymore. And technically that dialog box should say that if we have... so cannot recruit, you already have 8 heroes. That's correct when we don't have a hero in the town. But when we do have a hero in the town, it should say, cannot recruit, you have a hero in this town. That's the correct behavior there. So the scroll bar is working on the render UI. What was... I think we had that working right. But it looks like the background behind the scroll bar is a stretched, squeezed version of some sprite. The build screen should exit when we recruit hero, and I tested the recruitment of 8 heroes to test the edge cases, but the info bar displays recruit a new hero. So I think I fixed this already before that last build. And let's see what this build is here. Oh yeah, so there's the so we recruit somebody here. We recruited Arturius. And now if we go in and we dismiss Arturius, it's still highlighting Arturius. So this is the bug that I'm talking about here. At least I think so. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. I have so many builds for this. Oh, here it is. Okay, so I skipped ahead slightly. But the when the hero's eliminated, this red selector box should go to the last hero above them, or if there's no heroes left, then it should disappear. So it made a slight change. I was trying to also fix this with the battle state when the hero gets eliminated in the battle, and it started going down some weird versions. And so I just kind of gave up because this was wasting tokens, and I'm gonna fix the battle screen pretty soon. So anyway, this was the fix for the last for this set of bugs. But I just want to go back and review the 3 bugs that I highlighted there. So the build screen should exit when we recruit the hero. So let's actually go back to our previous build and just see if we can replicate that bug. So yeah, that's correct. That is exiting the build screen. It's playing the sound. And yeah, the scroll bar was strange, but let's just test that again quick. I think I fixed that, but we can just recruit some heroes quickly, move them out, and get enough to have the scroll bar. Yeah, see, I had corrected it. I basically replaced it with the background. Maybe if we go back one more build, we can actually replicate this. No, we can't because that's queue refresh. So yeah, I don't have an example to show you of what these were, but currently it is it seems to be working pretty well. There might be that bug with the heroes when you have 8 heroes and it shows you have a hero in town. It's supposed to show that you can't recruit because you have a hero in town. The can't recruit because you have 8 heroes is only supposed to show when you have all your 8 heroes not in town. So there's a chance that I still have to fix that minor bug, but the hero recruiting is working and we can scroll between them, move them around. There is one kind of cool bug too that I'll show you that you may not see. Let's see if that. No, not this build. Well, maybe it'll work on this build. Where'd the hero go? Huh? That's weird, huh? We lost one. So that was Sabu, but we can make him reappear if we bring him back. So the sprite overlay, or basically the other heroes need to be impassable. So the sprite disappears when one hero walks across the other one.